Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a pretty interesting show for you guys. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to our Dreamerspro Short Clips channel in the comment section below. Let's get into this topic here. This topic is just something that I've been kind of mulling over the last few days, but now more than ever, after seeing the Lakers go down 0-3 to the Denver Nuggets. What am I talking about? Just yesterday, we covered a story that featured Rob Parker of Fox Sports, where he went on the Breakfast Club and essentially said that he believes that it would be better for LeBron to lose in the Western Conference Finals than to lose in the NBA Finals, because people will be able to use that as ammunition to say, this is yet again another reason why LeBron James should not be compared to Michael Jordan, because there's no way you're going to tell me a guy that's 4-11 in the finals should be compared to a guy that's 6-0. That has 6 rings, to a guy who's had 11 opportunities and has been only able to win 4 times. So that was a bit of a controversial take. A lot of people pushed back on him. I saw the clip that someone sent to me on Instagram, and I read through some of the comments on Instagram at that clip. A lot of people disagree with Rob. We even produced a show on it yesterday. So yesterday the game happened, and the Lakers lose, right? And LeBron plays fairly well, but he was terrible from 3. And I think the Lakers are now finding out that they probably just ran into a buzzsaw in the Denver Nuggets, who are just probably the more superior team. Because for them to go in there and win that game and go up 3-0 against the Lakers team that just finished beating the Golden State Warriors in round 2, and the Memphis Grizzlies in round 1, who were the number 2 seed. And they beat the Warriors, who were the number 6 seed. They beat the number 3 seed. I mean, it says that the Lakers are a damn good team. But for the Denver Nuggets to now go up 3-0, then it says that they are just they're just a superior team. And they were the number 1 team all season long. Nikola Jokic was being questioned, for, possibly being able to capture a 3rd regular season MVP. So it just seems like this team was just the superior team all along, and that we never paid attention to him. But I want to get back to the LeBron aspect of things. Now, I think in 2 of the last 3 shows we produced, I made it clear to our audience that I'm beginning to take a different position on LeBron. As you guys know, I've been critical of LeBron in the past, but I think justifiably, because a lot of people in media twerking it up, and I think there needs to be a serious counterbalance out there. We all can't twerk. I'm sorry. There's not enough space in the club for all of us to twerk, right? And some people have felt a certain way about me doing that. But I've been starting to take a different kind of approach towards LeBron James, and this is essentially it. My thoughts are this. I think LeBron is one of the best players to ever play basketball. I think he's the number 4 greatest player of all time. Just my view. Some people disagree, which is fine. I don't really care. Just my view. I think he's a top 5 player of all time. I think that LeBron deserves the respect of one of the top 10 greatest players of all time. Unfortunately, a lot of the people that give LeBron respect do not respect Kobe Bryant the same way, who's my favorite player. And I discovered that my issue, in fact, is not with LeBron, although he has a lot of antics that I don't like. I don't like the fact that, like he says, I don't flop, then you do a belly flop in the game, which we all saw. My biggest issue I've realized is not with LeBron. I think my issue is with his fans. At least some of them. His fans are the ones that are just insufferable, that I cannot stand. Right? Period. And I don't care to be liked by LeBron James fans at all, because some of these guys are just absolutely ridiculous people. And they're the ones that are very disrespectful to other people's great players, right? That's them. And I think LeBron fans are the ones that create LeBron haters, to be totally honest with you. Again, LeBron does things that annoys people, but so does every player. But I think it's his fans. It's the Shannon Sharps. It's the Nick Wrights. It's these people when they say outlandish things on television. I think that's what gets people's blood boiling to want to respond. So my thoughts on LeBron are simply this. I think LeBron is an all-timer. I think he deserves the respect for, number 1, what he's done for himself. Number 2, for the fact that he respects legacy. He cares. Now he may want to twist the narrative however he wants, but he still cares. He cares about his legacy. He cares about basketball. For you to keep yourself in that level of shape at that age, it means you care. And I respect that, right? I respect LeBron for that, even though I don't feel like he's better than Michael Jordan, even though I don't feel he should be ranked ahead of Kareem, even though I don't feel he should be ranked ahead of Kobe. I still respect him, and I still have him in my top 5. Now, some people feel like that's not enough. You can kick rocks. I don't care. But I'm just beginning to realize I'm not interested in tearing him down. I don't care to do it. So I want to get to the larger point that I'm getting to here, which is this. If LeBron gets swept in these conference finals, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to say that this is, again, another reason that it's absolutely ridiculous to compare him to Michael Jordan. And it's funny, imagine somebody wrote on the channel, so Clutch is sending you guys checks now. Imagine me. Somebody said, Clutch. No, I'm just changing my opinion. If LeBron gets swept in this round, what do I think what impact does it have on his legacy? I don't think it has any real impact in terms of the GOAT. And I'll tell you why. I think MJ is the GOAT. And I think MJ is the GOAT by a very, very, very wide margin. So even if he won this series, I would still think MJ is the GOAT. Even if he won the championship, I would still think MJ is the GOAT. I think the majority of people would think that. What would have happened to LeBron is not something that hasn't happened to all of the great players, being swept. Every great player has been swept in some round in the playoffs. Now, very few have been swept in the finals, which is the biggest stage of basketball where the best of the best are competing. But I don't think it'll be something new. Now, the issue I will have is that if the Nick Wrights, if the Shannon Sharps of the world try to spin it, if they try to spin it and turn it into something else, then I'm going to push back. Then I'm going to say absolutely hell no, right? But I don't think it should have an effect on his legacy in terms of him. I think that it won't help his case to say that he's better than Jordan, but LeBron, I think, is a made man. I think he played very well. I think he's doing the best that he can at his age. The guy's 38 years old, right? He's 38. He's 38. I'm not expecting. I don't have the same expectations that a lot of people have for LeBron. I don't see LeBron as a top 10 player in the NBA right now. I don't see it, right? Because look at what Jamal Murray's doing. Look at the impact he's having. Do you guys have him as a top 10 player? I'm sure the majority of you won't. So if he's able to have an impact like this on a series, why would LeBron have it be a top 10 player and not be able to have a substantial impact? So I don't think he's a top 10 player. I don't. I just think that if he loses, I think he lost, and he'll still be one of the greatest players of all time. He will not be better than Jordan. He won't be better than Kobe to me, but it doesn't mean that he's great. And also, it's just my opinion, right? But it's when I think these people now try to spin it, that's when you're going to see me push back. But, I think LeBron would pretty much stay where he is for a lot of people. Maybe some people move him down a notch because I don't see how you can move somebody up if they lose, but that's just my take. So what I want to know from you guys is simply this. Where do you think this, if LeBron loses, how do you think this impacts his legacy? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. We'll catch you on the next show.